relax, hang out. Let's get the controller ready. How's everyone doing today? Doing good? Feeling good?
Good so far.
Do you guys want to
It's a little
introduce?
last minute for me. But
Oh yeah.
no.
Oh no, we're just hanging out. We're showing off the
roll
game.
punches.
Perfect.
Do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, sure. So my name's Theo. I run Goosebite. It's a small studio based in Montreal, and we've been working on this game for about 1.5 years now, and still have a lot to go. We're still pretty early on, definitely pre-alpha, but excited to be showing it off to people and talking to publishers and all that jazz. So,
Heck yeah.
Awesome. I'm Mike Sanders. I was the CEO of a company called Puny Human for about 16 years, and now I am Theo's development advisor with Goosebite, and I'm super happy about what they're building and really kind of big enthusiast fan of it.
That's awesome. Let's start off with the name, Goosebite. Incredible name. Who came up with the name? Where is this coming from? It's great.
Yeah. So I was at Ubisoft Montreal before. I was lead producer on Rainbow Six Siege Mobile, and studios were sprouting up left and right. And so I was like, okay, I want one too. I want to do like my own thing. And I went into like pitching mode, and every time it was a no, I would have to like rebrand it and like kind of hit the reset button. So the last game I played before this pitch was Untitled Goose Game. I loved
There
it.
we go.
It was just stuck in my head.
Memories forever.
So that's I don't know. It wasn't like very philosophical about gaming. It was just
but
like,
with the bite with the Y. I mean, that's big brain right there. That's
big brain. Also, I can go into like we're Canadian geeks, blah blah. But
I love it.
That's so fun.
We're here talking about the Signal. So you've been working on it for over 1 year now. This is in pre-alpha. It's coming out early access next year, right?
TBD.
Around, so I think
TBD, big TBDs.
a little bit of TBD only because I think a big sort of pillar of what Dio's trying to do is work really intensely with the community and try and do a lot of work to sort of engage with them and see how feelings are. But definitely early access.
We're trying new stuff. We're trying new stuff. That stuff gets messy. We want to test it out with people, and definitely not this year.
Yeah.
we'll have tests with community members this year, but probably like late 2025 or sometime in 2026.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So as we boot up a very pre-alpha, very pre-alpha of the game, can you give us the pitch of what we're going to play?
So humanity kind of messed up with Earth.
That's
we're
really hard to
shocker.
believe.
I know.
Who would have thought?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So generations later, you're floating in your spaceship tin can, and you come across a planet, and you want to figure out, is this the place where we could start over, start afresh, start anew? You don't want to beam everybody down all at once and die a horrible death. So you are an explorer along with your friends, and the whole gist of it is to figure out, is there breathable oxygen? Is there any existential threat? Is there enough power source, resources, etc.? And then as you explore, you will find some pretty messed up stuff on the planet. There were other visitors in the past.
Oh.
A little mysterious, a little enigmatic.
I like it.
I love a little mystery.
And so we're actually working with an author that we can't name just yet.
Oh.
But a pretty cool person. We're inspired a lot by Nausicaa, by Annihilation in terms of
Love that movie. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then in terms of like games, I think Subnautica is really cool in terms of a reference, in terms of coming into a world and having a mystery and trying to unravel it, and maybe using ingenuity and creativity for your problem solving.
Yeah.
But yeah, what you'll figure out is as you explore, as you try and collect resources and accomplish your traversal goals and your like investigation of the planet goals, you'll find that everything that you do has an impact on the ecosystem.
Very
And
reactive kind of environment.
yeah. So a lot of focus on kind of building the impossible to fit in one's head pyramid of what reacts to what and how and when.
Yeah.
But the idea is to basically have multiple paths forward, and to always kind of have a different experience for each player, depending on how they go about it. So that's kind of why we have a really free-form crafting system. So the crafting system, it's all about components and fragments that you piece together in a free-form style, and then you build your vehicles, your infrastructure, your equipment, And that's really about leveraging not just like, the silhouette and the function of what you're trying to do, but also manipulate the weather and manipulate creature behavior to get your stuff done.
So if you don't, I mean, one of the cool anecdotes that we were talking about was sort of like, you might have this lightning rod to help sort of power some of your structures and maybe even your vehicles. And so how do you get lightning to appear on a planet that's so beautiful and serene? Well, you sort of, you anger the planet a little bit, and then you can start using the planet to your advantage there to actually, power the lightning rod and power the vehicles and whatnot, which is.
I'm sure that's the only thing it does, right?
No, yeah, there's so much. Yeah, there's a lot of cool things that you can do
for that.
to take advantage of this sort of the back and forth of the reactivity that the planet offers you. And then obviously it's an extremely beautiful sort of place to run around with friends.
Yeah, look at
the sky.
Oh my gosh, we got to talk about that. Like the skybox.
Do you
of this
like
game.
the aurora borealis? Yeah, it's like it's
We got a few of those.
extremely beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredible stuff. You were talking about such a big game, right? So many playing with so many different of your friends. How many players do we have so far?
Internally, we've only tested up to 10 because we don't have more than 10 people.
Sure.
Small team. Small.
Yeah. We're 7 full time. We were a bit more earlier on, but then some of our people spread into new jobs when we detached ourselves from our former giant Swedish conglomerate that I won't name. So yeah, basically 7 full time, and then another 7 or so people that are helping in part-time capacity on stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff that we're trying to do.
Yeah.
The art team right now is 2 people.
Oh my gosh.
Super.
Yeah.
Wow.
And for having this kind of like level, I mean, even the background, the crystals and whatnot, like having this kind of level of fidelity, because my background is I'm a developer, right? But just being able to see what you see with only 2 people who have kind of put that together, it's a feat. It's a big feat for sure.
Especially at this stage of development too, like very impressive.
Yeah. I'm so interested in how you guys build this world, right? So it's not procedurally generated, right? It is a world that you are building from handcrafted. Yeah. So if I were to start a different game, it would be the same world as the previous game.
So we actually we spent a year on procedural generation. It was super cool, but we wanted to push the narrative forward a lot. We want to have a really, really dope story to tell, and lots of mysteries to also add in as you uncover ones. And we thought that, going handcrafted would be a better approach. Like post-launch, we'll want to have like a pre-mode and play with the systems and use a proc-gen world.
Kind of create a little bit more dynamicism for the players, like long-term. Tell more stories as well. That's kind of a big thing, right? We saw that with Subnautica as well. We're both big fans of Subnautica. Charlie Cleveland got me into the industry a long time ago.
Wow.
And I think that, some of that is great what they did, but there's such a sort of vivid world and story that Goosebite's building that I think, is one of those stories you're just going to have to tell with the fans over time and engage with them as well when you do it.
Yeah. And when I was playing this a few days ago, I was struck by how fast the mood changes in this game, right? Like at first I'm like, this is a beautiful alien world, I could just chill here forever. And then the lightning storms happen and then the bears, and
what is this, all the smoke that I found myself in?
Exactly.
I'm like, oh no.
Maybe want to try that out a little bit.
Yeah.
So if I go...
So here you want to dismantle these
Gotcha.
these alien structures.
Yeah. There we go.
So this is stuff that was left behind. You don't really know what it does or what its function or form are, but when you get closer to the big tower, you'll have more stuff there. So if you saw the environment change in a drastic way, it's our reactive ecosystem again. So based on what you do and how you approach it,
I was doing a lot. I was taking a lot of those materials. I gotta be honest.
I know it does seem like endless harvesting, and then I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Yeah. What kind of impact am I leaving? Yeah.
yeah, it adds to the metaphor of it all, but it's a great gameplay kind of modifier to it.
Yeah, so like whenever the planet does get angered, the resource regeneration on the different sources slows down. The creatures get riled up. Sometimes titans might awaken.
Some scary things. Yeah. Way too much.
Yeah, I should save some for later.
I don't know how much you've been able to build, but just the sort of big thing that I'm a fan of is that it was a sort of intentional decision on Theo and his team's part to be able to create a sort of console first almost UX experience when creating sort of vehicles and structures, and so it's honestly just a lot of fun. It's really easy. It should hopefully feel pretty easily to sort of craft a vehicle and then go and effectively drive around the planet and have a lot of fun doing that with your friends.
Yeah, that's what I was struck with when we were first playing this game, of like, you messaged us like, hey, this is, get a controller. And I was like, really? Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Like, because I feel like a game like of this size, I would assume that this would be keyboard and mouse, a lot of different buttons, but having a controller and everything's easy. Mapped perfectly. Yeah. It's tell me a little bit more about that, of like, was that always the intention, or was this something that happened as a...
So you want to press Y to undo.
Oh, okay.
That's a very... and then choose the front wheel on that one.
Otherwise, gotcha. My bad.
Or else you get some kind of funny behaviors. Yeah, it's actually really fun to see, just like, woo,
So yeah, the idea was, I wanted to. So I was playing some other survival craft games, and I love exploring. I love seeing what's there. I love kind of like going further and getting into that danger zone. And sometimes you have to like build your shelter and all that stuff, right? And then like time and time again, I'm fighting with the UI and the UX about it. Yeah. And I managed to build my cabin, right? Yeah. And it's fun. I'm homesteading. I'm doing stuff. But then when I get further out, I really don't want to do it again. It's so painful. Yeah. So I wanted to be able to have a system where you have blueprints. You can save them. If you lay down something really cool that you worked on, a really cool vehicle design that's also like a mobile base, for example, or some kind of just imaginative creation.
Don't put too much stuff
if you do something and somebody else in your game likes it, you can just scan it, and then
you get the blueprint.
You have it, because not everybody
likes a shareable blueprint.
I'm not a builder.
I'm
a pre-built kind of
now you can rely on your friends who love building and just grab something from them.
So one of the things I want to get to is, like when you start up a game like, I don't know, Baldur's Gate or something, you have a character creation system, right? And it's super deep, it's super awesome, and you can go in there and tweak the eyebrows, tweak the nose, tweak the facial skeleton, all that stuff, and then have your perfect person if you're that type of player. If you're like me, I click randomize a few times and then do one or two tweaks, and then I'm happy. Yeah. So I want to get this system up to where basically people can do that kind of thing with our crafting. And have their own unique take, but put in as little or as much time into the system as they want. Yeah. And then of course it depends on like what you're trying to do and how you approach it. Do you go and do kind of aggressive methods to your problem solving, or do you like kind of bend nature to work for you?
You're kind of lowering the barrier of entry for building. I play a lot of Rust, right? So I'm a builder in that game, but I have friends who aren't. So the kind of the idea here would be like, get past the sort of building if that's not your thing, so that you can go and explore and you can spend time with the environments and being, kind of engaging with the AI as well, and the creatures and the fauna.
That's a great transition, because I see a few creatures over here. Can we talk a little bit about that? Are they? You say that they get a little riled up if you start messing with stuff. Are we fighting them, or are we just letting them rock?
Yeah. So I think their official name is a saber. We call them doggos internally. So yeah, our artist games had a lot of fun with it.
Is there a plan to pet the puppy?
Of course. It's got to be an achievement.
Yeah.
Of course.
Of course. But yeah, so doggos, they're pretty timid. They run away from you, but if you mess with their specific habitat enough, then they get defensive.
Yeah. They were running after me when I was playing.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest. I was like, what happened?
So right now they're chill, but if you continue building infrastructure in their area, then they'll get angry. And then regardless of if they're angry or not, they hate electrical hums from power relays, right?
And I was going to say, just speaking to that real quick, like one of the sort of, I've seen some of the the comments in chat talking about pollution, right? Like we think a lot about visual pollution. We think about a sort of olfactory pollution as well. We sort of forget about the noise pollution for sure.
Yeah.
You hear about sort of whales in the ocean and whatnot. And that's kind of a very intentional sort of choice on Goosebite's part to be able to sort of say like, hey, all of what you do physically and whatnot will affect all sorts of parts of the world. So when we say it's reactive, it's really reactive, right? You got to be careful. But it also makes for a really fun sort of balance too.
Yeah. And is there a way to kind of become one with the nature and also build, or yeah, exactly? Can we have both? Can we have our cake and eat it too?
In this demo, which is way too long, probably.
As I try to find aluminum.
What you'll find is that
there's a lot of demo.
You'll anger the doggos if you build too much in their area, and they will definitely go after your power relays. But you need the power relays to get to this abandoned outpost where other explorers might have met a miserable fate. And so what you do is you find, like earlier you found a sick dying doggo. He was stuck in the gas, and you collected the gas with a gas extractor. You can then infuse your power relays with this gas to make a creature repellent, so it won't get close to your power relays that way.
And that way they won't be irritated effectively.
Well, I mean, they will be irritated, but they won't
be around
attack.
when
They won't attack the power relays because that's toxic gas to them, right? But that's not like a very like cool way to do it.
Yeah.
In terms, like, you're mining the gas, you're extracting it, you're using it. What you can do later on when you get to the bear forest, space bear forest,
Don't get me started.
you'll find that the space bears, they love a specific fruit, right? So if you get close enough to that area and don't get mauled by them, you can gather that fruit, infuse your power relays with that fruit, and then the bears will migrate over to the power relays and defend them from the doggos, right? And so that's going to be a way less intrusive way to do it.
Interesting.
Pulling down like the natural predator.
Yeah. You're just kind of like
there's a lot of those sort of
yeah.
things that you have to kind of, I think the idea is sort of like letting the player discover all of these different little mechanics that kind of feels organic, feels natural, or it's very important to sort of help people realize these things. A little bit trial and error as well.
Oh yeah.
Did you have enough resources to?
Yeah, I'm trying to find the aluminum.
The aluminum for the old.
Yeah, for the
hot rod that you built.
You can just cheat.
Oh, I can. Okay, there's a cheat button. Oh my gosh.
Start
do it.
and then do toggle free materialization.
There we go.
Thank you. Thank you. The perks of pre-alpha.
Yeah.
The perks. Thank you. Awesome.
Yeah.
There we go. Perfect. Okay. Well, footprint worsened.
For better or for worse,
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, every single thing that you build is going to contribute a little bit. But there are certain things that worsen it a little bit and some that worsen it a lot. If you put a mining device or an extractor, that's going to be 20 times worse than just a simple.
Right.
So it's always this kind of push and pull.
Yeah.
Is
you
there
gotta figure
anything
that
that
out.
helps the environment that you can
Yeah.
build?
Yeah.
Oh,
You can,
good question.
Like we being able to add to forest and stuff like that is on the roadmap for us. Anti-grav bubble.
Almost got there.
Eventually, things like this, you'll study these and then be able to apply that to your craftables as well.
Ooh.
Awesome. Love it. Such a good time.
Do you have enough to make that hot rod? I was curious if it.
No,
if we
I don't
built
think
it
so.
the right way.
Let me drop it down. I wanted to show everybody what we're talking about in terms of the crafting, but let's try to drop it down. Let's see if we have enough. Oh, I guess we do. We do because we got the cheats on.
Yeah.
We got the cheats on. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
See, I didn't let myself cheat at home. You know what I mean? So now it's all.
Raj going for the purist.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, just this one little area probably takes about an hour to get
Oh
through.
wow. Whoa, now we're in a new game. You know what I mean? This is
This is you carting around with your friends, carrying stuff, building stuff.
Yeah, and I
said
get
mobile base earlier, which I think is such a cool concept.
Yeah,
right?
we have a lot of fun making the most ridiculous things possible. We still have to do some destructible vegetation, so you can cut up on stuff. My when I will be happy with this feature is when we get when I can do my.
We were literally just talking about that too. Yeah.
I can just build another one. Don't you worry.
Yeah, just keep building.
We got unlimited.
Let's craft. Let's go.
So yeah, when you can do like an 18-wheeled monstrosity with chainsaws and flamethrowers on it, drive through a forest, and then just see what happens then.
Yeah, just destroy everything. Who cares?
Yeah. I mean, well, I want it to be where if. Like when you play SimCity, you build your perfect city, and then you're like, okay, unleash Godzilla.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like you need to be able to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, always push and pull. That's how you got to do it. Let's talk about that in terms of, you mentioned chainsaw, flamethrowers. Is there combat in this game? Is there? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, not yet, because we're still developing a lot of stuff. It's a systems-heavy game, but if I were to like condense the two main inspirations for us, it'd be Subnautica and Monster Hunter.
Ooh.
So when I say Monster Hunter, it's not about like taking down the monsters. It's more about the tracking aspect, so that you can get up close and personal and learn about them, and then figure out how you can utilize that knowledge for your crafting and the resources around that.
No, like domestication.
TBD. TBD.
We'll see.
Recent titles that may start with P that could inspire something like that.
TBD.
Yeah.
But to learn about all these things, to do that tracking, to like get further into the planet and understand the mysteries, there's a big component of cartography, right? Like if you go back to like ancient explorers, like map making and understanding, uncovering the fog of war, if you will, is super important. And to do that, you will be using, drones that kind of like map things out, and that will rile up the ecosystem, and then that will probably result in some kind of like defend your equipment type of thing for a while. So it's
that's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm thinking more like Orcs Must Die, in terms of like it's more your equipment that's going to defend you, and then your combat is somewhat meaningless, but it's still a little bit impactful, like in a pinch. But it's not like a pew-pew shooter game. Yeah. Right?
And that makes sense, especially with what you're going for with this game, and being able to, the push and pull of it all, as I keep saying.
Yeah, but there's a lot of things at play.
Yeah. I can see. And you have such a small team dealing with this massive world that is handcrafted. Tell me about managing that scope of it all. I know that as the game is probably progressing, you're like, oh, we can do this, we can do that, but also trying not to get too crazy.
Yeah, I mean, the advantage is that like I spent a long time on like the paper part of it, of thinking what it would be, and we've been really focused about, let's get crafting up to a certain level that'll enable the player to have the tools to then do the next phase. So we're kind of rolling it out in different layers. And although systemic games are very, very challenging, they're also kind of easy in a way.
I'm sorry. I was screwing with them too much.
Once you get a critical mass of enough systems playing together, you can start testing things out and figure out like what's a tweak.
Yeah.
But it is a lot. But we've got a good mix of seniors and juniors in the group that we have.
Also, the team just overall is very sort of committed to the creative vision, right? So a lot of it is sort of this almost like adhocracy of kind of mutual thought, and it's it's a great team that works really, really hard to kind of fit within inside of the bounds of Theo's brainchild here.
All right, now we're getting to the tough part.
What are you doing?
I start seeing. I think these are the bears. Are these the bears? Yeah. So I'm trying to just hide a little bit. Just drop this here. I'm sure that won't be a big problem. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna.
They're gonna chill. Yeah. Footprint worse, and don't worry about it. Okay. Build another habitat of Valley. They're gonna see.
You're just gonna start throwing down all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. Right there, and then we got it right here.
I'm waiting for
aggravating these animals.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the thunder.
I mean, if you want to speedrun aggravating the animals, just build.
Do what I'm doing.
Just build a lot more.
Build it all. I love it.
Judging by the bite marks on this saber carcass, muskeg bears clearly prey on sabers.
Oh.
Little sort of.
Oh no! Whoa!
Yeah, they're after you now.
Now, is there a way that I can get away from them, or I just keep on running? I just keep running.
You want to run outside of their habitat.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Or build something with a creature repellent on it and hide next to it.
Smart. The creature repellent. Yeah, smart. See, and I love that, because I was totally not thinking about the creature repellent, even though it is there, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, okay.
He's still running.
Oh God, he's chasing me. He's so much faster.
I do appreciate that you can at least outrun them.
Yeah.
Not a total-
Yeah, I'm sure there will be a stamina
That's like-
meter eventually, and I won't be able to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, totally.
Right now, I'm just the fastest man alive. Let me try to drop a car. Let me try to go back there. Yeah, and I love the idea of being able to save the builds that you're
Yeah,
working
yeah.
on, and I
It
can
extends
see.
to bases as well, so you can make
Oh,
all
really?
sorts of different rooms and
Wow.
compartments, and people can add their own. In a lot of the building games, you got like your own room
Yeah,
with your
oh,
own
yeah.
your own inventory, your
My
own stuff.
bed, and if
yeah, it's like,
everybody's in
I'm gonna
my
build
bed.
this. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna add the creature repellent really quick.
And that'll be really nice because inevitably, with our crew of people, Mike's gonna ask us to build like 7 different swords or cars for us. And this way, we can just be like, "Here you go."
Can I put a tower on this?
I think that one won't work.
Okay.
You can
Maybe a
try.
big-
You can
Maybe a
try.
bigger one.
A bigger car, or
Yeah. That's like a.
I don't want to break it. I don't want to break it. I won't break it. But
I
I'll leave.
don't know. I mean, you can make a big car.
Yeah,
You know, if you want.
Yeah, try a new car.
Okay, let's do a new car.
Let's
Build a
see.
new car, everybody.
All
So
right.
How big
large.
can we make it? Right.
Okay.
Yeah, just
There you
6
go.
for now.
Okay, gotcha. Oh wow, there's a lot of wheels. Okay, so this is the rear of the car. Okay,
Rear.
gotcha.
That's the front that you're looking at. Yeah,
Gotcha.
there you
Okay,
go.
cool.
And then you might want to put like 3 engines instead of 1. Otherwise,
It's a
Horsepower
It's a chunky
issue.
little car.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep. Oh, did I do the? Yeah, gotcha. We're good.
You got the right wheel.
Yeah, I got the right wheels. I'm just
See,
scared
when we
about
played
wheels.
this on Friday, didn't even realize there were different kinds of wheels.
Yeah, I mean that's how deep it goes.
Maybe that was the reason we were
One.
struggling a little bit.
2, 3. Okay, and then
I
I
want
have
to put a cabin also.
Yeah.
The front there, yeah. And then
That.
I guess while you're at it, put a first aid kit there. So if you ever,
Oh. That'd be down
or
here.
maybe like some platform and some stairs if you ever want to
Wow.
reach up and grab some space fruit or something.
Oh, that's.
Ooh.
I love that.
I gotta be honest.
everything we have is like what is it? It's a space bear. Space bear.
Space dog.
Space
Space
everything.
fruit.
I gotta be honest
Space
because
tree.
this is such an early build of the game, and thank you for showing this. By the way, I know that
Yeah.
this is probably very scary to show an early build of a game on live on stream.
yeah.
But when I was playing this, I was like, this has to be a mistake. Having stairs? You can't put stairs on a car. And it's like, oh,
Why
God,
not?
You guys had it. You knew it.
You could do a 3-story tower if you want.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, and I
drive
love that
around
you're
and
building
pick
from the
out.
ground up with that idea. And so then there's a first aid kit I can put.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
would be under structures. One of these. Oh yeah, healing station.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
Maybe 2 for just.
Yeah, and maybe turn it right trigger or left trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that if you're on the side of the car, you
Smart.
can access it.
Yeah.
Okay. We did it, everybody.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
There we go.
Save draft.
No guarantee it's gonna drive well.
Yeah, traversal with the stairs seems like
Let's drop it here, and then.
Uh-oh.
primed for flat ground.
Oh.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, dropped on the floor. That's all
It's
that matters.
there.
It's there.
Will it drive?
My bad. There we go. Oh,
You put it in.
let's try again. Let's try again. One more
Yeah.
time, everybody.
Flat ground.
Black ground, everybody.
I think sort of maybe different kind of wheels and sort of like bigger, smaller, kind of being able to clear up the terrain a little bit too, so that you
Yes.
it's a little easier.
There we go. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a donkey.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Driving like
we're
a
gonna
boat. I
have
love it.
like a hover
Oh.
and wheels of different types, suspension tires, regular tires, etc.
All I think unlockable stuff.
Yeah. As you
So
progress, as you
figure out
as
more.
you scan new things and learn new things, you'll get new
Grab
toys.
new
So we don't want to
stuff.
like overwhelm people with like here's
Yeah.
everything all at once,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, it's I would personally love spider legs.
Oh.
But we're gonna need a dedicated technical animator for that one.
We're gonna need to have a little more
now
help with the
that's
team.
outside of
something like
scope.
that.
For the
Yeah.
future. That's for the future.
Yeah.
All right, we're almost done with time, so we just want to ask you guys: any last thoughts? Any places for people to follow or wish list or anything?
So we have of course we have a Steam page up, and so you
Please
can
wish
wish list
list.
that. Yes,
Please wish list.
Pretty please.
Exclamation point wish list in the
Uh-huh.
chat. If you-
Yeah.
And I know it's pinned up there too.
It is very helpful for us as we speak with all the money people. And then we have a Discord that's even more important, I think, for us, because what we would like to do is get to a spot where if we're feeling, not too vulnerable about things, push these demos out, even if they're super early.
Share it with the community.
Share with people.
I love it.
How people tell us, it really, really is awesome that you do this, and this really, really stinks. Can you maybe,
Yeah.
like just
Get a lot of that
get
feedback coming in.
Because ultimately,
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect timing.
Yeah, so Discord, Steam page, wish list,
Yeah.
Signal. What's the website again? The Signal.
Goosebite.
Yeah. Oh, goosebite.games.
With a Y.
Goosebite.games.
My website.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got links to everything's on there.
Yeah.
So.
Love that. We got Goosebite in the chat right now.
Woo!
Hey.
Oh my
Love
gosh.
that.
Well, thank you so much for coming out and showing off again a pre-alpha. I know it's very stressful, but we appreciate it and everything. And thanks for showing off the game. This is very exciting.
Yeah,
Thanks for
And,
having us.
Yeah.